Hello everyone, and welcome to part 7 of the controversial internet figures Iceberg. So, despite this being part 7, this is actually going to be the last video I make on the subject, because Tier 7 and Tier 8 are going to be squished together into one video. The reason is, Tier 8 only has 3 real entries, all of which are kind of short, and a few entries on Tier 7 I skipped over because, again, short to no controversies. I skipped over Reply Girl because it's a genre of girl online who would upload a video in response to already popular videos, writing the coattails of the video. I skipped over Z-Fix's art, who, from what I could find, takes anime characters and draws them as black and fat, saying it's for diversity. And I skipped over Gypsy Crusader, who is basically a Nick Fuentes clone, and we go over Nick Fuentes in this tier. That being said, thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. Let's get into the final part of the controversial internet figures Iceberg. Jessica Leonhard, known online as Jessie Slaughter, was an 11-year-old girl whose profanity-laden videos went viral on YouTube in 2010. Her videos were made in response to accusations that a friend had forced her to have relations, and that Jessie had a sexual relationship with the lead singer of the band Blood on the Dance Floor when she was a minor. This led to a campaign of internet harassment against Jessie and her family, attributed to 4chan and the group Anonymous. It began one of the biggest debates about the dangers of online anonymity and how safe the internet is, especially for minors. Jessie started making YouTube videos when she was 10 years old and discussed fashion, clothes, and local drama within the party scene. She posted her first popular video just before her 12th birthday in response to 2 claims made on a website called Sticky Drama, as well as MySpace. The first claimed that she was a victim of forced relations, and the second claim, again, was that she was having an underage relationship with the singer of Blood on the Dance Floor. The video was eventually linked to by users on 4chan who found and distributed Jessie's real name, phone number, and address. The harassment only intensified, as you can imagine, when she uploaded a video with her father, Gene, insulting and threatening the 4chan users that had posted info about her. He's quoted in the video as saying, "You know what, I'm going to tell you right now, this is from her father, you bunch of lying no-good punks, and I know who it's coming from because I've backtracked it. And I know who's emailing and who's doing it, and you've been reported to the cyber police and to the state police. You better not write one more thing or screw with my computer again, you'll be arrested." End of conversation from her father. "And if you come near my daughter, guess what? Consequences will never be the same, you lying bunch of pricks." The video was titled "You Done Goofed Up" and got over 1 million views on YouTube in 1 week, which was viewed more than any other video of hers, with several quotes from her father's speech becoming memes, which, to be fair, they are kind of funny. What is not funny, however, is that Gene was later arrested in March 2011 for abusing Jessie in an argument in which he punched her, causing her to have a bloody swollen lip. Gene later died from a heart attack while in custody at a police station in early 2011. Jessie said that she had lost all of her family and friends as a result of the harassment and was placed under police protection while the family home was put under police surveillance. Jessie underwent counseling for harassment. In an interview with Good Morning America, the family had revealed that they had indeed received harassment, including death threats. The Marion County Sheriff's Department said that it was investigating allegations that there were pornographic photos of Jessie online. Gawker had coverage on the case and, in retaliation, had experienced many DDoS attacks. After the Good Morning America interview, the TV audience was given advice on how to handle cyberbullying, and if we're being honest, just close the laptop, turn off the iPad, just walk away. In Australia, advocates of internet censorship invoked the harassment to support mandatory content filtering. In 2020, Jessie told Chris Hansen that she was sexually assaulted in 2009 when she was 10 and the abuser was 24. Nicholas Fuentes is an American political commentator and live streamer born in 1998. He studied politics during his freshman year at Boston University, however dropped out in 2017, just after completing his freshman year. He said that he received threats for attending the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. He said that he would transfer to Auburn University in fall of 2017, but did not confirm his enrollment or continue his education. Nick self-identifies as an incel or an involuntary celibate, although some of his supporters actually claim that he is in fact a voluntary celibate because he had kissed a girl in high school. He then attempted to defend himself as an incel by claiming that having sex with women is gay, and that the only really straight heterosexual position is to be an asexual incels. Fellas, is it gay to have sex with a woman? He began commentating on politics through a local radio and TV station hosted by his high school, where he just had mainstream conservative talking points. He currently hosts a live stream called America First with Nicholas J. Fuentes, which he began in 2017 during his freshman year at Boston U. He uses jokes and irony on his show to appeal to Gen Z, but also providing plausible deniability for his extreme views. Now, I disagree with pretty much everything that this guy says. You know, dude's like a white supremacist. I'm not a white supremacist. But having plausible deniability for extreme views seems like a cop-out. Like, if you're gonna have those views, just have them, you know? Like, as long as you're not saying something like someone needs to be physically harmed, or like, I don't know, having like a scapegoat for words just seems like a coward's move. In April of 2017, he said that Muslim speech was not covered by the First Amendment, which is the most brain-dead take I've ever heard. I apologize. Political stuff kind of gets me going because there are exactly 0 people that agree with me on either side. He then went on to say, quote, "Who runs the media? Globalists. Time to kill the globalists," which, ironically enough, is a call to action, otherwise known as a true threat and not protected by the First Amendment, according to MTSU. He then said, quote, "I want people that run CNN to be arrested and deported or hanged because this is deliberate." The publisher of his show at the time, Right Side Broadcasting Network, issued an apology calling the comments unacceptable and inappropriate. Nick left that publisher in August of 2017. In February of 2022, however, he claimed that he was actually fired by the CEO of the network. In December of 2019, he harassed political commentator Ben Shapiro, who was with his family at the time, at a TPUSA event in Florida. He had confronted Ben to ask him why he had given a speech in Stanford bashing Nick. Nick filmed the encounter and was heavily criticized online to Nick's dismay. It's like when people upload videos to Twitter and everyone's like, "Oh, you thought we was gonna side with you." No, that's exactly what happened. Everyone was like, "Oh, you thought we were gonna side with you." No. When Kanye West had dinner with Donald Trump in November of 2022, he brought Nick Fuentes to the dinner, which Trump said he was not aware of beforehand. However, Kanye released a video in which he stated that Trump was very impressed with Nick. Nick was also at the January 6th rally in Washington, D.C. Nick denies the Holocaust happened, and at a speech bestowed giggling praise on Hitler. During a speech in 2022, he said that the media had been comparing Vladimir Putin to Adolf Hitler, quote, "as if that wasn't a good thing." On March 10th, 2022, he praised Putin for the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, which he claimed was to liberate Ukraine from the great Satan and evil empire of the world, the United States. Dude likes to talk a lot of crap on the United States for living here. One of the only places in the world you can live in and talk crap on at the same time. And he's like, yeah, Russia's so much cooler. Have you seen how many journalists have been suicided in Russia? It's crazy. Matthias Oyorzo, known online as Peluchin Entertainment, is a Chilean YouTuber. He became infamous for a video showing him inflicting violent, fatal abuse on his pet cat. He's been criticized several times for making racist comments against other nationalities. In mid-2017, at the high school where he was studying, sexual harassment allegations began to appear against him. There were a few situations where he would record audio of him pleasuring himself while saying the name of one of his classmates. He would send it then to another classmate. He was also accused of sexual harassment at his place of work, where people said he touched them inappropriately. He had a video resurface of him picking up his cat by the tail and dropping him multiple times, threw him, stepped on him, kicked him, and would later repeatedly hit him with a wooden spoon as the cat tried to escape. The cat later died in the vet hospital from the injuries. As I said last week, I've recently adopted a dog. Obviously it's not a cat, but animal abuse just makes me so sad, man. They're just so innocent and they trust you with all their heart, and you just betray that, and that's one of the crappiest things you can do, I think. Another video shows him throwing one of 2 new kittens that he got after his cat's death into a dirty toilet bowl. These videos have caused many people to call for his arrest. After a while, he claimed he doesn't care about his cats and that he will keep adopting cats to kill them, and that he will kill his mom. His channel would come into the spotlight again in 2020 when Critical made a video on him where he said that YouTube was doing nothing to stop this channel, which was actively hurting animals and encouraging others to do so as well, while they took down Leafy is Here for far less, which had only happened 2 weeks prior to the release of this video. Finally, later that month, his channel was terminated due to violating YouTube's terms of service against animal cruelty. Do you want to hear a real conspiracy? Roughly 50% of all my viewers are not subscribed. That's 50% of people, that's half of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button today. Adam Fulton, known online as LiveCorpse, was a popular Flash animator on Newgrounds. In the late night of June 8, 2004, one of his neighbors attempted to break into his apartment. After telling the neighbor not to come in multiple times, the neighbor would not budge. At one point, there was a scuffle and Adam ended up stabbing his neighbor. Due to the fear of his act of self-defense not being lawful, he ran out of his apartment with gun in hand and shot at a responding police officer who confronted him. He managed to evade first responders and was put on Arizona's most wanted list. For the next 3 days, he laid low inside of a dumpster, deciding his next move. He bought a train day pass and rode back to his apartment. When he arrived, he broke a window to his apartment in order to get inside, which he had done the year before when he had locked himself out. Once he was inside, he logged onto his computer and wrote 2 emails explaining everything that had occurred and what was going to occur next. At 6:11 a.m., his parents called the San Jose Police Department and reported that Adam had sent the 2 suicide emails to them. San Jose PD forwarded the information to Tucson PD, who dispatched officers to his apartment. Around 6:30 a.m., after hearing sirens from the first responders outside, Adam went to his bathroom and ended his life via a gunshot to the head. Afterwards, neither the neighbor nor the officer were killed. Both only suffered minor wounds. Carl Harold, known on Reddit as Carl H, was a well-known educational technology and programming YouTuber and Redditor. He was known for posting coding videos on YouTube and helping coders online on Reddit. He was even Redditor of the Day in 2012 due to his efforts in assisting people. However, Carl had a very dark secret. In 2013, Carl and his partner Charles were arrested and charged with child exploitation of Carl's own son. He locked up his son in his basement and started to sexually abuse him and posted the videos of the abuse online. He also prevented his son from going to school or going outside and had threatened to kill him if he told anyone else about the abuse. Carl's bail was set to $1 billion. In 2014, he was found hanging himself in his Alabama jail cell, having killed himself to avoid trial and sentencing. Christopher Neal, known online as Mr. Swirlface, is a Canadian convicted child molester. He was the subject of a highly publicized Interpol investigation of the sexual abuse of at least 12 young boys in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand, which was primarily owed to the internet release of images depicting the abuse. He was arrested by Thai police in October of 2007. He was known as Mr. Swirlface because he would digitally swirl his face before posting the pictures online. He appeared in more than 200 photographs depicting child exploitation, which surfaced on the internet and led to a worldwide manhunt. Despite the swirl he added to his face, German computer experts were able to reconstruct the original picture. He was working as an English teacher in South Korea, but fled on a one-way ticket to Thailand once he was publicly identified. He was arrested in northeast Thailand on October 19, 2007. He pleaded not guilty to the charges and was sentenced on August 15, 2008 to 39 months in prison and a $1,780 fine. His original sentence of 6 years was reduced after he later admitted to the crime. After 5 years of being locked up in Thailand, he returned to Canada, where he was immediately arrested at the Vancouver International Airport. On October 3, 2012, he was released from custody on strict conditions. On August 2, 2013, he was arrested at his house for breach of release. He was found with child exploitation content on his phone and computer. In December of 2015, he was sentenced to 5.5 years in a prison by a British Columbia court, which was later reduced to 15 months. He was released in March of 2017 and currently lives in Vancouver with a court order restriction on certain behaviors, including contact with minors in person or on the internet, and possession or accessing of any electronic device, or from getting any other person to do so on his behalf. So this dude sexually exploits at least 12 children for years, and he gets 5 months or 5 years in Thailand and like 15 months in Canada. What? That's messed up. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. Thank you for joining me on this journey of the controversial internet figures Iceberg. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. I'll catch you in the next one.